I hold the urge inside me like lightning in a jar, waiting for the moment you tell me to release it. Every inch of restraint is a promise that when we collide, it will be thunder, not a spark. I ache to explore you, but I'm saving every inch of hunger for the moment you open the door. My self-control is not distance, it's devotion, keeping the fire for the night you want it most. I'm fighting the urge because I want your body to feel like a homecoming, not an invasion. My hands burn for you, but I train them to wait because your trust is a gift, not a right. Desire begs me to rush, but love teaches me to move at the pace of your heartbeat. I starve my impulses so that when I touch you, it's not hunger, but reverence you feel. I want to take your breath away, but I'd rather be the one who gives it back. The war between passion and patience is raging inside me. I fight for patience because you're worth it. Every second of waiting weaves the kind of intimacy that can't be undone by time. My fantasies run wild, but my hands stay gentle, waiting for the signal from your eyes. I'm fighting the urge because I want our first surrender to feel like destiny, not impulse. My hunger for you is a silent prayer. I'm waiting for your amen to let it rise. I could reach for you now, but I choose to reach for your trust instead. My self-control is a fortress built around a volcano, waiting for your whisper to let it erupt. I'm fighting the urge not because I'm weak, but because you deserve my strongest patience. Every moment I resist is a moment I'm building a deeper respect for you. I'm learning to translate my longing into care, so our passion begins with safety. The urge is fierce, but my love is fiercer. It will not move without your permission. I want to devour your silence before I ever touch your skin. My body aches for you, but my heart protects you. I let my heart win. I'm fighting the urge because desire without consent is fire without air. It dies. I could claim you now, but I'd rather be invited to stay forever. Each second of restraint is a seed of trust that will bloom in our first night together. I want you, but more than that, I want you to feel wanted, not taken. My patience is proof that my desire is more than a momentary hunger. I'm fighting the urge because you're not just a body. You're a world I want to explore gently. My hands shake with the thought of you, but I steady them with reverence. I want our passion to feel like music, loud but harmonious, not chaotic noise. Resisting you is the hardest poem I've ever written. Touching you will be the last line. I keep my distance now so that when I finally touch you, it feels like coming home. I'm fighting the urge because I want your surrender to feel like a choice, not a reaction. My desire for you is fierce, but my respect is infinite. The second must lead the first. I want our first kiss to feel like a cathedral, not a battlefield. Every moment I hold back is a silent love letter you'll one day read with your body. I'm fighting the urge because patience builds an intimacy hunger can't destroy. My body calls to you, but my soul waits for your answer. I want to unwrap you slowly like a sacred gift, not tear you open like a secret. Each breath I take near you is a rehearsal for the moment we exhale together. I'm fighting the urge because I want our passion to be built, not borrowed. My hunger for you is a quiet fire. I let it glow instead of burn until you're ready. I could rush this, but I choose to make every inch of you a prayer I answer carefully. My restraint is not hesitation. It's the slow art of making desire holy. I want our intimacy to feel like a sunrise, slow, inevitable, breathtaking. I'm fighting the urge because nothing rushed ever felt like forever. My hands crave your warmth, but my heart craves your trust even more. I'm saving my touch for the moment. You know it's love, not lust. Each second of waiting is an offering to the future we're building. I'm fighting the urge not to break you open, but to hold you open. My desire is a river. I build a dam so that when it flows, it floods us both. I want our passion to be a sanctuary, not a storm. I'm fighting the urge because your no is as precious to me as your yes. My hunger waits because I want your comfort to be louder than my want. I'm fighting the urge because I want to give you tenderness, not take your peace. Each touch I hold back now is a promise of a touch that will matter later. My restraint is proof I see more than your skin. I see your soul. I want our passion to be so mutual, it feels like a shared heartbeat. I'm fighting the urge because I'd rather build a fire with you than burn out alone. When I finally stop fighting, it won't be because I've lost control, but because you've chosen me too. I'm fighting the urge to tear your clothes, not to possess you, but because every inch of you calls for worship. My hands tremble with restraint. I want to give you everything I am, but first I want to honor the woman you are. Desire flares like a secret sun inside me. I hold it back only to make the moment we surrender sweeter. I've learned to wait because the longing that grows in silence becomes a promise when finally released. Every look you give steals a reason from my calm. I bury the urge so the after will be unforgettable. I'm patient with the storm in my chest because I want your consent to be the thunder that frees me. My appetite for you is a fierce poem. I'm holding the last line back until you say it's time. To touch you recklessly would be easy. To touch you as you ask is devotion in slow motion. The battle between want and reverence is love's truest test. I choose to win you with tenderness. I imagine unbuttoning the world and finding you beneath it, but I wait because you deserve the gentlest discovery. Desire sharpens me, restraint refines us. Together they make a hunger that tastes like forever. I'm fighting the urge because I want your hello to feel like permission and your surrender like a song. There's fire in my hands and reverence in my heart. I'll let one lead only when you invite the other. Every stolen thought of you is a quiet rebellion. Every held back touch is a devotion to what we could become. I could unravel you with a single look, yet I choose the slow art of earning every soft surrender. My restraint isn't denial, it's the promise that when we finally give in, nothing will be ordinary again. I want to worship the ordinary curves of your day as much as the secret nights. That's why I hold back. The urge to take you rushes like tide. I anchor myself so our meeting becomes an ocean, not a wave. I spend my mornings practicing patience so that my evenings become a tender masterpiece crafted only for you. I fight the urge because your name on my lips should be consent, not conquest. Desire may be loud, love is quieter. I let love speak first, so desire can echo beautifully after. I dream of removing every layer between us, yet I remain because the unveiling should be mutual and holy. My longing is a careful gardener. I prune, I wait, so when passion blooms, it blooms riotously. I could be brash and immediate, but I'd rather be the calm storm that arrives exactly when you want it. The pull toward you feels like gravity. I resist it not to lose you, but to hold you more fully later. I'm learning that the fiercest love is patient. It hems its hunger in order to stitch safety and trust. I burn with you in the quiet of my mind. I'm holding the match until you say the word. Each moment of restraint is a gift I put aside for the crescendo of our togetherness. I'm fighting the urge because your consent is my most cherished prize, the one I'm not willing to forfeit. When I imagine you, every rule of restraint becomes a reverent prayer for the moment we both say yes. I want to give you everything. I'm holding back so the giving becomes an offering, not an obligation. My hands remember the map of your skin. My patience remembers the promise that maps are meant to be followed. Desire beats within me like a fierce drum. I silence it with respect until you call the rhythm home. I restrain myself because I love the idea of earning your breath the way one earns a standing ovation. To taste the edge of you and then step back. That's how I make longing into a slow, sweet ritual. I'm fighting the urge because rushing would steal the sacredness of what two consenting hearts can create. Passion without permission is noise. Passion with permission is music that rewrites both our souls. My restraint is not weakness, it's a covenant that your pleasure, choice, and comfort will always lead. I keep my hands polite around you until you ask them to be rude, and then I will happily misbehave. The fire inside me is patient. It waits for your nod, your laugh, the small sign that we are both ready. I ache to show you how much I want you, but I want that show to be a mutual masterpiece. I'm fighting the urge, not because I'm afraid of you, but because I'm reverent of all the ways you could say yes. When I hold back, it's because I'm collecting moments to make the first surrender unforgettable and tender. I want to be the man who makes you feel safe enough to let the deepest desire in. There is a violence in want and a tenderness in waiting. I choose the latter, always. I'm fighting the urge, so the first time we don't hold back, it will rewrite our private history. My longing is a careful thing. I cradle it until your comfort turns it into celebration. I could take you like a thought, quick and fleeting, but I want to keep you like a memory, lasting and kind. I restrain myself because true intimacy is built on the slow currency of consent and care.